While the delimitation debate and the three-language formula, all of this is intensifying, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has urged young couples in Tamil Nadu to have more children sooner than later. He noted that while couples once delayed family planning, the new population-linked measures are calling for expanding families. He has said that delimitation can be implemented using population census, which is why the state needs to increase its share in the population. He's also added that population-based delimitation could affect Tamil Nadu's parliamentary seats. It currently has 39 seats, and the fear is that when the next delimitation exercise happens, the state might either see stagnant number of seats while the North Indian states will see more number of seats, or it could actually see lower number of seats, even though the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who was in Tamil Nadu last week, said very categorically that Tamil Nadu or any of the other southern states will not lose seats because of delimitation. But Stalin has now found a unique way to come around that problem. He's requested citizens of Tamil Nadu to consider his appeal seriously of having more kids and having kids faster than they normally would have had, setting aside their personal reservations. He's also asked why should the state be punished for not adding to the population boom all of these years. The southern states have had lower fertility rate compared to the northern states, and therefore their population has remained stagnant or has not replenished itself, much like what we are seeing in states like UP or Bihar. But the southern states, and their contention is, why are they being punished for a policy that was introduced in the 1970s to get a handle on India's population explosion?
முன்பெல்லாம் குழந்தைகளை நீங்கள் பெற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டாம், அவசரப்பட வேண்டாம், கொஞ்சம் பொறுமையாக இருக்கணும் என்று சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருந்தோம். இப்போ சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் வரல, சொல்லக்கூடாது இப்போ. ஏன்னா மக்கள் தொகை அடிப்படையில் இடஒதுக்கீடு அந்த நாடாளுமன்ற எண்ணிக்கை வரும் என்று சொல்லுகிற நேரத்தில் நமக்கு எண்ணிக்கை மக்கள் தொகை அதிகம் இருந்தால்தான் எம்பிக்கள் அதிகம் வரும் என்ற நிலை இன்றைக்கு உருவாகி இருக்கு. ஆனால் நாம் குடும்ப கட்டுப்பாட்டில் கவனம் செலுத்தி அதில் வெற்றி கண்டோம். அதனால் இந்த நிலை நமக்கு ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. ஆனால் இப்போ யாரும் உங்களுக்கு குழந்தைகள் நீங்கள் அவசரப்பட்டு பெற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டாம் என்று நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். உடனடியாக பெற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள்.
So the concerns of the Tamil Nadu government and other southern states, it reflects a broader sense of apprehension about potential shifts in political power and the influence that they could potentially have at the national level. Now, the southern states, which have seen a decline in fertility rates and population growth compared to the northern states, are worried that this could lead to a reduction in their share of the total number of seats in the Lok Sabha. Like I said, currently Tamil Nadu has 39 seats. UP and Bihar with a higher population, or Bihar certainly with a higher population, has about 40 seats. The worry in the southern states is that they currently account for about a quarter of all the total Lok Sabha seats. About 130 plus is what the 5 southern states account for. That might come down to less than 20%. So from a fourth, they might come down to a fifth. A reduced share in the Lok Sabha would directly impact the influence that southern states could have on national politics, on legislation, as well as the passage of bills. With fewer seats, these states might also struggle to voice their concerns effectively and may be overshadowed by states with larger populations, which are mainly in north, mainly Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. The southern states where regional parties have significant presence fear that a drop in representation, or at least proportional representation, could shift the political balance in favor of national parties which are stronger in North India and less strong in southern India. With a reduced share in national politics, southern states also worry that national policies might become more North India-centric, more Hindi-centric, and while their say might actually come down. Southern states, which have their own regional languages and cultural identities, feel threatened by policies which they claim prioritize Hindi and undermine the linguistic and cultural diversity of India that has long defined this country. All right, I want to go across to our face-off guest tonight. Uma Anandan is leader of the Tamil Nadu BJP, S. Dharanidharan, spokesperson of the DMK. Mr. Dharanidharan, let me start with you. Your leader, Mr. Stalin, saying that the key to, mitigating the delimitation problem is to have more children. It's basically a reversal of what the country has followed for the last 50 years, hum do hamare do, which is us too, ours too. Why is Mr. Stalin appending a long-standing population policy just because you feel relatively your political importance will come down after delimitation?
Hi, very good evening. Good to be on your show after a while. So, see, firstly and foremost, what the leader has said, he has said something like this a few months back. But what he is saying is earlier, you say can have or take all your time and have children. But now, because of the union government action, I'm not going to say it because it's better that we have more children here because union government does not respect that we have followed the one-child policy religiously. That is the matter. See, what is Article 82? According to Article 82, constituencies could be redrawn based on population immediately after the census. Happened in 62, our seats got reduced. Happened in 71, right, based on 71 census. But then in 76, it was put on freeze for 76 for 25 years. Why? Why was it done? Because Indira Gandhi's one-child policy was religiously followed in southern states. So, in order to not disincentivize these states, the 25-year freeze was put on Article 82, redrawing constituencies based on the census. And then even Vajpayee put another freeze for 25 years. But the present BJP leaders, because it suits them, do not want to do it. Prime Minister has hinted it during the launch of the new parliament building that the number of seats are going to increase. And they have not said that we are going to put a freeze on delimitation. Unlike other bills, delimitation, you don't need to bring about a new bill. You just, if you don't bring about an amendment, right, because the amendment is going to lapse by the end of December this year. So immediately it's going to happen. So we do not want to happen because if it happens, proportion of parliamentarians from south of India would reduce from 25% to 17%. Proportion of parliamentarians from Tamil Nadu will reduce from 7.2% to 5%. As per the High Court, as per the Supreme Court, India is not just is not made of states are not just administrative units, they're also political unit because we are ethno-linguistically diverse countries.
Okay, I don't think delimitation is going to automatically come in place. It has to happen after the census exercise. There has to be a delimitation exercise that happens. But be that as it may, no, that's incorrect. Let me go across to Ms. Uma Anandan. Uma Anandan, the point that the southern states and people like Mr. Stalin have been making is, why are you punishing the southern states? This is the total fertility rate in South India. In Tamil Nadu, it's 1.8, in Telangana, 1.8, in Kerala, 1.7, in Andhra Pradesh, 1.8, in Karnataka, 1.7. The national average is 2. States like UP and Bihar, it is over 3. Now, the point is, they followed the one-child policy or the two-child policy subsequently, which became the two-child policy. Why are southern states being punished for following this policy for the last 50 years? Thereby, now their political power is relatively reduced.
See, first, I think the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister should stop spreading a panic mode among the people of Tamil Nadu. Why is he alone taking up this issue? Are the other chief ministers of the other South Indian states not realizing it? Because it is a fake narrative. So let me tell you, there is not going to be any reduction. See, he has to learn basic mathematics. As per the population growth, the number of seats is going to increase. That is what it says. 700 and odd seats. Already UP has got. So another 20% based on the present seats, it is going to be increased. So Mr. Stalin should do his arithmetic. He and his sister, they cannot spread false allegation or fake narratives. I don't know if any legal luminary can take this up as a chief minister. Why is he trying to spread a fake narrative, creating a panic mode? Are the other chief ministers of South India, are they dumb? They don't know this calculation? They don't know what is happening? So, in order to convert, see, NEP again, the National Education Policy and all this, a total fake narrative. A National Education Policy, because it enriches the pockets of his own alliance partners and his party men, they don't want that. They want the rich children to learn Hindi, 3 language, not Hindi alone. See, it is very categorically stating Hindi is not compulsory. Still they go on telling. And third, the chief minister, why is he using the platform like marriages? It has been in their genes. You know, they come from the cinematic background, and as per this thing, they are now past masters in concocting stories. They are good script writers. After all, their background is from the celluloid. So they cannot use that again and again. The people of South India cannot be fooled anymore. So I would like to ask him this. If their main fear is the seats are being increased in the cow belt. That is what. It is not that their seats being increased 8 seats or 10 seats. Their main fear is 20% increase in UP. Why? That is what is scaring them.
Okay.
Not that Tamil Nadu, it's not that, is it anywhere mentioned Tamil Nadu is going to lose? His sister is telling today in Tuticorin that there will be a decrease of 5. Is there any law where they can be taken to court for setting up a fake narrative, for stating a false statement, saying that seats are going to be restored? Can anybody from the judiciary take cognizance of this?
No, so
Where is
Salem,
it
Dharanidharan,
mentioned that seats
the
are going to
whole
be restored?
principle of proportional representation is it represents the population of a state. That's how you have proportional representation. Uttar Pradesh, by post-independence, has always had the largest population of any state in the country and has always had the largest share of Lok Sabha seats. Now, there are 3-4 things that need to be asked of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and of the DMK. If the advice is go have more children, does the state have enough funds to take care of those children? The outstanding total debt of the state of Tamil Nadu is 8.3 lakh crores. The outstanding debt to GDP ratio
Every
is
year
31%, so which means for every 1 rupee that Tamil Nadu generates, 30 paise is going just servicing debt. And the outstanding liabilities in the last 4 years that your government has been there in power has increased by 108%. So where will the state find revenues and resources to take care of more children? The advice that the Chief Minister is giving.
Yes, Zaka, I'm coming to you. Firstly and foremost, why who
See,
who
the
resulted in this
total
situation?
loan also.
No, I have to speak now, madam, please. I never interrupted you. Firstly and foremost, UP's population was only twice that of Tamil Nadu in 1971. Today it's become 4 times. Rajasthan's population was nearly half that of Tamil Nadu. Today Rajasthan's population is more than that of Tamil Nadu. Why? Because in Tamil Nadu we followed the union government in the national interest. But instead of incentivizing us, you are disincentivizing. The previous speaker said we don't, if we understand math. I understand math really well. That's why we are saying proportionally seats will get reduced. The term proportionally in terms of percentage.
How?
Absolute numbers.
Sorry.
Absolute
Sorry,
numbers will
the
rise
Hindus
when
follow
it
family
goes from
planning.
500 to 8,000 in the
The
overall
Hindus
parliament,
follow
when
family
seats went from
planning.
540
I need
seats.
not say more for
Suppose
UP and
to
Bihar.
Not let the other panelists
I
speak
need
and
not
I'm
say
speaking.
more for UP
Right?
and
Ma'am,
Bihar.
Ma'am, I'll come back to you. Let him make
No,
his point.
because you are reeling
One
out
at a
the
time,
fake
please.
narrative.
One at a
I never
time. Otherwise,
interrupted
it's
her.
not
You are
serving
reeling
any
out the false
purpose.
one.
Right?
Let him make his point and then
Yeah,
I'll
I
come
am
back
not
to you.
very. Zaka, you should do that. See, let her speak, then I will speak, then she can speak. She
No,
can
no,
rebut
you
me.
make
I'm
your
not
point.
a
No,
bad
say,
person.
Dharani, you please answer my question. The state is broke. Where can the state find the resources to have more kids and to service those
Yeah,
kids?
Firstly, I will have to rebut her also. No, that's why I'm saying. So proportionally, it is reducing because, and it's not ill-founded fear. All major newspapers for the last 2 years have been writing about delimitation exercise. Times of India, Indian Express, XYZ. Having said that, states' finances are much better than the government of India's finances because excluding states, government of India's debt to GDP ratio is 53%. That is point number one. Point number two, our debt to GDP is 28%, 27 to 28%. But when DMK demanded office in 2011, our debt to GDP was only 17%. Only after BJP and ADMK coalition ruled, the debt to GDP reached 28%, which in spite of all the hardship, we have reduced by about 0.5%. So our rule will continue and we will reduce it like how we have done it before, how we have done. So when we are speaking about debt, we have to understand how the debt to GDP of Tamil Nadu increased.
Okay.
It's there on record, white paper published by Dr. Palanivel Tyagarajan in 2021 that Tamil Nadu's debt to GDP in 2011 was the lowest in India, 17%. When Yadapadi Palaniswamy, BJP alliance partner, left the office, it was 28% and we've reduced it by a small marginal.
Ms. Umanandan, the fertility rate of Tamil Nadu is less than 2%. Only 7 states, 5 of them happen to be in southern India, have a fertility rate of less than 2%. And the reason why they have fertility rate of less than 2% is because they were following the central government policy of we too, ours too. The welfare schemes as a result will cost the exchequer more because there are fewer people in those states and a fewer tax collecting net. The central schemes are based on the economic situation of each of those individual states. So the center anyway allocates more by way of welfare schemes and welfare monies to states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar because there is a larger proportion of poorer people there and it is being funded by southern states, slightly more rich and prosperous states because more tax collections, both direct and indirect tax collections happen in the southern states. So the contention is they are paying more taxes, they are having fewer kids and yet their political power is progressively reducing, at least proportionally reducing.
See, I would like to state this point. The Tamil Nadu government stands first in the number of population. Ours and Madhya Pradesh is more or less same. But in the loan sector, Madhya Pradesh stands 10th while we stand first. with the same, more or less the same population. So let him not deny. And one more thing I would like to say, family planning was followed faithfully by Hindus and Christians. So let him speak about Bihar and UP, the nature of population there, and then come to us. And second, I would like to say, every year there is an increase of 1 lakh crore in Tamil Nadu's deficit since the DMK came to power. So if they say that we are giving more, let them compare it with the UP, the revenue from UP. So he cannot simply quote out of his head certain things. Tamil Nadu is in a pathetic state today. For freebies used, everything. We are very bad in the financial management of it. Everywhere our loans is increasing every year by 1 lakh crore. The freebies, everything. So the government is not a performing government in Tamil Nadu. If he says the population, I think he should stand to see the demographic state of both Bihar and UP. The Hindus have faithfully followed family planning. Can he say that for the other community?
Okay, we'll
Let him
leave
be
it
honest
at that.
to that. So
I
that
want to
is
see,
the reason
how
for
this plays out. Thank you very much, Selam
Thank you.
Dharnidharan and Ms. Uma Anandan for joining us from the DMK and the BJP respectively. Clearly, this has got to do with one eye on the polls that are coming up next year. Mr. Stalin ratcheting up the politics and the political quotient when it comes to the NAP, the three-language formula, now delimitation, and of course his advice to young Tamil couples to have more children and have them quickly. We'll see how this plays out.